Welcome back, guys, to semifinal number 2 of the IC Winter Open playoffs. It's a match between KGO and VEXX Gaming. Right now, KGO leads 1-0.
Yeah, VEXX Gaming took a little bit of pain from KGO that game. There seems to be some sort of luck. I think the gods are on the Clever Gaming side.
Clever Gaming's done great so far.
Yeah.
It could be gods. It could be Shazam.
It's Shazam.
It's Shazam?
It's Shazam.
Yeah. Ancient wizard, gods, you know.
Kind of close, but
yeah.
I mean, KGO, obviously, they have kind of that same synergy thing that KGB has going on. So they're really good at just like taking objectives and keeping the people alive that are dealing damage. So I think that's probably the way that it's going to happen again, but hopefully VEXX can maybe change their team comp around a little bit or just change their mentality and get in there. So we are actually going to get right into the game, already underway. This might be the deciding factor for who's going to be taking the semifinal spot for the finals.
That's right. We can already see a change here as long as these champion picks stay as they are. Fatal Uno is switching. He was the Mecha Wonder Woman last game. Now he's playing Gaslight Batman. The Tick, who played Zatanna last game, is now playing Mecha Wonder Woman. The rest of the team is staying the same. This is, I mean, you're kind of your core of 3 traditionally is Shazam, Cyborg, and Batman. Of course, we do see there's no Batman on KGO. They're using Atomic Poison Ivy instead, and that worked out well for them last game. And we'll have to see how much of a difference you think it will be to have Gaslight Batman instead of Zatanna on Team VEXX.
I think that the amount of damage they will be doing will probably vastly increase, though their utility is going down. But I don't think they were using I don't think they were using the Tick's utility too often. So I think it might be better to just try to take out, you know, G and Game Slave before anything can happen. But really, they need to stop Ease. I think that like what would be a really viable thing that we don't see happen too often is some counter jungling.
That's true.
I think, you know, I think that people are mostly content to stick in the jungle, stay in their lanes, try to get some credits, but I think if they could coordinate an early counter jungle, they might be able to really stop him, because if Shazam doesn't get going, or if he doesn't at least keep up with the pace of the game, you find that he falls off pretty hard. Now, he's, of course, one of the strongest snowballers, but just like Atomic Wonder Woman, you'll fall off. You'll fall off pretty hard if you don't keep up.
So, you know, one thing I've always wondered if it's possible, I've never seen anyone do it, but, you know, the traditionally is you have two-year players in a jungle. Has anyone ever tried doing 3 and just taking the other side's jungle? Like, just being really aggressive. Kind
of like a roamer?
Yeah, and just like saying...
I think that it's probably, like, people have tried to make that happen, but I think that the risk might be higher than the reward that you would get, because you'd have to pick somebody that was either really powerful or really tanky, and usually you don't find both of those. So you'd probably just make yourself vulnerable, and you'd probably just die.
Yeah, it would have to be like Shazam, Batman, and Atomic Poison Ivy or something.
Yeah. And
just kind of rotate who's being aggressive in the jungle, and if someone's hurt, to kind of just... I don't know, it would be interesting. As is that we're not going to see at this game as each side has, you know, a lot of the marksmen who, of course, are going to be staying in the lanes. Now, also, you know, one thing is we used to see a lot of teams try to invade the other team's jungle at the start and really take over the leads from their side. But lately, everyone's realized that as long as the other team is looking for that, it's kind of risky to be the first to initiate, because that means, of course, the other team gets to launch all their spells first.
Yep, unless you can somehow move as, like, a uniform wave and, like, make it difficult for people to focus on one person. It's kind of always like funneling in one by one, but they still go in just for the added protection of maybe using X-ray vision or placing down surveillance cameras to ward people from taking your destroyer camp.
So look at this. We actually have VEXX with 3 opening up in the bottom. Oh, Kai's in trouble. Whew.
Oh, yeah, he is kind of sandwiched right now, and I think they know it. Undead coming down, probably going to get Q. Oh, nope. Looks like he took E as the jungler, but that's actually also really good dealing so much damage. This might be a kill.
If he can use his E again and slow her. Yeah, if he can slow her down and Gasback can get a couple. Oh!
That's good. That was
Invulnerability just saved her, but it is going to mean Cyborg's going to start a little bit ahead of her in the lane because she has to go back and heal.
And that's definitely really good for Khan. Being a Cyborg ahead of a Zatanna gives you a distinct advantage in lane because basic attacks are much easier to hit.
I was like, where is Game Slave going? He's just wandering off, then he realized, oh yeah, he wants to put a camera up there. Cameras are very important to lane phase. You can see KGO has their cameras everywhere to make sure that they're safe.
What is it? Is this a 1v2 once again?
It is a 1v2 in top lane, but it is also 1v2 here for KGO at the bottom lane. And 2 marksmen in a 2v1 can really push a turret.
Ooh, that might be rough for KGO. We saw that before when it was NS versus KGB, and having the double marksman made it really, really difficult for the solo laner to stop them from pushing the turret relentlessly. So unless they get some help from Ease, which they probably will because Ease is a very good jungler, they're going to need to, well rather, Zatanna is going to have a tough time defending that turret because she can only do so much damage.
I mean, the same thing's going to be true on the top, though. I mean, the Tick's going to have a really hard time putting damage on Game Slave and G's as they can just hide behind the drones and put damage on turret. But they're a little bit afraid to go in on that turret. I think they don't want to take too much damage.
And I mean, not to mention, Mecha Wonder Woman doesn't deal as much damage with their basic attacks unless you're building her that way. And I think most people build her power damage. So just in terms of basic attacks,
she won't be able to kill the turret quite as fast
right.
as a Cyborg gas back combo.
Yep. Already you can see a third of that, approaching 50% of that turret's health is gone right now.
I mean, Kai's doing what he can there with Zatanna at the bottom, but just continual aggression from Khan and Fatal Uno.
And how is Kai even supposed to run out and get those credits? Because if he runs out there, they're both going to go nope and focus fire on him, and he's going to either die or be forced right out of the lane.
And Zatanna is so squishy, even taking a couple extra hits from Cyborg or Gaspat is really basically going to force you out of the lane.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for a solo laner to pick Zatanna, but of course she does deal an incredible amount of damage if you decide to build it that way.
She also can clear waves, probably one of the fastest wave clears, just because of the cooldown on the Q is so low.
Definitely.
So that's useful as a solo laner, because if you kill the drones, the tower will force enemy champions back. Oh, but Cyborg dodges that Q. That was really well done. This tower is getting so low, but Ease comes in from behind. Fatal Uno could be in trouble. No, he's going to use the bat swing and get out of there. But if Ease didn't come in, that tower could have been dead.
I think Ease is sticking around, and now that the bat swing is on cooldown, both junglers decided to come down to help their bottom. So, I don't know. I think they probably just got to give up on that for now and just continue to farm. Ease is taking his tax coming out of the jungle, picking up some credits just for that added protection.
I mean, and he is already level 4, whereas if you look at Undead is only level 3. So Ease has pulled ahead somehow, just by maybe clearing the camps a little faster, just being a little bit ahead in the jungle route.
He might have just been able to afford that experience in the lane from Kai because he knows that
true.
Kai is solo, so he's not taking too much of a hit staying around.
So, you know, at the top, it looks like Batman has joined Mecha Wonder Woman here at the top to help push her back. Now he's going back in the jungle, saying, you know what, your drones are pushed back far enough, I can't help you too much. And the turret's looking okay. It's still about half-life, or a little more than half-life.
I think we're not going to see too much action happen unless one of these junglers decides to go hyper-aggressive. I think, well, despite the fact that bottom lane is going to be falling, I don't even know this early in the game. Ganks are kind of difficult. Without your ultimate, without all of your powers available to you, it's kind of tough.
Well, it looks like Afghan is trying to come in from the back there, but she was caught out, and Shazam and Batman chasing her down. But now, Undead could have overextended, and I think he's going down here as Ease is in hot pursuit.
First Blood is probably going to go to KGO, and giving it to Atomic Poison Ivy is the best, but like we said, credits go to everybody, and 4 out of 5 just got an assist for that kill, not to mention they I don't know, they let that bottom turret go. Do you think that was probably worth it?
I mean, I don't know if they had a choice in a bottom turret, unless they really wanted to park their jungles there the whole time, and then of course that would have really weakened their control of the rest of the map. It was bound to happen against
They
Team
did
Marksman.
compensate by denying that camp. They took that, and that's a lot of experience.
That is. I definitely think they've done the best of what they can, and just the way VEXX had the lineup, unless they wanted to dedicate someone else in that bottom lane, it was just a matter of time before that turret died.
Right now, KGO might have some difficulty in contesting the Raider, though.
This is true.
Obviously going to be up in a minute and a half. The Raider always spawns at 7 minutes, and without having a turret to fall back on, they might have a tough time just hanging around there and establishing that position. Also, yeah, Zatanna needs to get in there to be able to drop the camera.
And that's going to be hard for her to get in there because there's already a camera here, so if he tries to move in, well, she has one camera that's in a pretty good location.
Yes, that's very true, but I don't know, they might just... they almost have the top turret as well, so KGO might soon trade turret for turret really early on.
Game Slave and G's are pushing, trying to take on the top turret, but we do have Juke staying around here. VEXX does not want to give up that turret, so they're having Batman kind of babysit the lane a bit more just because he knows it's a 1-on-2. Oh, he's going back, though. This turret is definitely going to fall down. Meanwhile, at the bottom, you know, Khan and Fatal Uno have to be really careful when they push this far. You can see they already had their Shazam jungling on their side, but someone can come in behind. Oh, here's African coming in, but Fatal Uno was able to just barely get out there. No, he's not too slow, but there wasn't enough damage here. So it was slowed, but with Undead there and with Khan as well, there's no way that Isa's going to come in for that one. It
seems to be going both ways in both lanes. KGO dominating the top lane, but going to the VEXX. So it's going to depend on, it's probably just going to depend on this Raider, as it always seems to. If you can, and I don't know that it's necessarily the Raider and the credits and experience itself so much as it might indicate that the team who gets Raider works better together and has better coordination. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, the Raider is the first big team fight, and so it's kind of saying, well, whoever wins is probably a team that coordinates team fights better.
Right.
And team fights are an important part of the game. Meanwhile, though, GameSave just pushing so aggressively here. That does mean there could be 4-on-5 in the Raider battle, but he is doing so much damage on the top.
Yeah, it might not even be worth it if they end up giving Raider.
Oh, it's always so hard to see who exactly gets the kill, but looks like VEXX is in hot pursuit.
It did go to VEXX, actually.
Okay. And Ease goes down. Oh, G's with a great ultimate, though. But is it enough into 4-on-5? Still not able to get any kills from the KGO side. And Undead is just charging relentlessly. He doesn't even care. And one more Q. He can get one more. Oh, a great move by African there. If it wasn't for that stun, I think the cooldown on Undead's Q was probably just about up. And
yeah,
that would have one-shot, you know, either G's or Kai probably.
See, that was definitely really good play by VEXX. They ended up taking the Raider, and they ended up picking up a kill on KGO. But they left Cyborg to just wreck that turret up there, and it needs like 3 more basic attacks from Cyborg. And not only was that, you know, obviously damage to the turret, but GameSlave being by himself is Cyborg getting boosted in solo lane experience and credits.
Yeah, you can see Cyborg here is doing great in credits. Overall, though, VEXX is ahead in credits. I mean, the Raider kill and the kill was all shared.
Yep.
But GameSlave is still doing very, very well. And a Cyborg can be very scary if he continues to get great credits throughout the game.
Maybe, I mean, it seems like it's Raider to Raider is the way that the Coast City pacing is, because it also sets up the power relays as well. And until the third one comes up at 15 minutes, there's not much of a difference whether you get one relay or another. I think VEXX might be getting a little bit confident here, but they're going in at a strange way, and they're actually getting caught out of position. GameSlave picking up that kill on Undead now kind of leaves them vastly hurt and not vastly outnumbered, one outnumbered. He's always with that Shazam ultimate. I don't think you're getting out of that.
No, and that was a great move for KGO. They kind of came in from all sides there, and VEXX was underhanded. I think they only had 3 of their players in that zone. KGO had the entire roster, 4 minus Kai. And they were able to pick up 2 kills.
And I think they're actually going to be able to get that top turret as well. So not only did they just surpass them in credits, I think they're going to, vastly surpass them in credits.
The CC of Atomic Poison Ivy so strong. Fatal Uno thought he was safe being way back there, but just stunned for so long. But can Cyborg? Oh no, her legs go sparkly and she's able to run away.
Her legs go sparkly. That's the name of the ability?
It is. Well, it's actually called Dash or Dash Dazzle, right? But
yes.
I think legs going sparkly is a more appropriate name.
Yeah, I mean it's more descriptive, I guess.
Descriptive is always good.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really want to lose any feedback. You want to know exactly what's going on. And obviously when you say her legs are sparkly, that means she's going faster.
Exactly. Everyone runs fast with sparkly legs. You know, Undead and Jukes. Oh, for a second I thought they were going to cross onto the other side's jungle and do some very aggressive jungling, which should be risky just because they don't have the drone waves pushed back or the cameras everywhere to know exactly when and where it's safe to be at various locations.
I think something that happens when there's no objectives on the objective tracker is that people just end up kind of getting into these situations like Khan is in right now, where they're kind of like, well, I may as well just farm for credits, but he almost caught himself quite out of position there.
He did. Atomic Poison Ivy almost got him. There just wasn't enough damage to finish him off, even though he was stunned for so long. And it looks like, I mean, the Raider's not up for a while, but...
Yeah, it'll be up in about 2.5 minutes.
The team's, Atomic Poison Ivy coming from the back. Oh, but Undead spotted her, and that could have been bad for Fatal Uno, but he saw her coming, he was able to back away, and now it's looking bad for Atomic Poison Ivy. She's so tough, though, unable to finish her off. Oh, man, an amazing ultimate by Mecha Wonder Woman. Now, the return from the tick, actually, does a lot of damage as well, but not enough.
I'm fairly certain that Ease completely whiffed that Shazam ult and was still able to get 3 kills. Am I mistaken in that? Because it totally seemed like when he went in there, he didn't hit anybody with his ult.
I don't think he did.
That's insane.
But the ultimate, it's nice to do damage, but it's almost like, well, as long as I get near them, that's all I really need.
That's true. He's just using it to close the gap. He didn't even care whether he killed anybody.
It's like, once I'm near them, I'll just make electricity go everywhere, and it's going to hurt somebody.
KGO is getting their edge back. They seemed like they were struggling a little bit at first, and I think that might no longer be the case. But I don't know. This is a very, very low will person against an energy. See, that Atomic Poison Ivy wall, so strong.
I mean, we've seen it several times. Been used to secure kills, been used to save lives. It's such a strong utility spell, and I wonder, you know, I'm sure that KGB is watching this match right now, and they have to be thinking, okay, we're playing in the finals tomorrow. Should we cycle in Atomic Poison Ivy? And they may be talking about it with their team right now.
That's very true, but I mean, you don't wanna fight Atomic Poison Ivy, and you don't wanna die either as Cyborg when you're just by yourself. Oh, this is so not good for VEXX.
No, I mean
not good.
They were hoping to get the raid rolled in and soften it up, and oh, it looks like Batman came in there. I don't think he was able to get it, and he pays for it with his life. Shazam stunned as well. Atomic Poison Ivy just shuts down people's ability to retreat in just an insane way.
There's always so many complications with that raid air going on right there. It makes people get so focused on taking it that they can't even think about doing anything else until it goes down.
Fatal Uno gonna try to take on Kai. Level 7 and 10, but he doesn't mind. In fact, the drone's helping him out a bit. Khan's coming in there too. Oh, but Ease is here, and Ease does not like people to stay alive when he's near him. He should be able to finish off.
He's saving his ultimate for that Shazam onto Fatal Uno. Oh, they batsing away.
Oh, he just ultimated onto Undead, but Undead is pretty tough because they have 2 ultimates from Mecha Wonder Woman's go down, but it's going to be G's who does the greater damage. And that's a near annihilation. Fatal Uno the only one to escape. And I don't know if they can push and kill a turret. They don't have any drones here. In fact, the drones are way pushed back.
KGO just seems to be pulling out all the stops. Either that or VEXX is kind of crumbling underneath the pressure of just the majesty of KG. And even though there's only a little bit of health on everybody, they're still going for this Doomsday device.
They are. I mean, as long as you have someone who can tank and they're so confident that the rest or the entire VEXX roster is basically respawning, they're not going to be a problem.
What are they going to do with it? Just keep it?
They could use it, actually. They could. No, they're too low on life. I was thinking they could head over here and use it to try to leverage up the other team's power relay, but they may actually bring it to the top. Yeah, don't time to bring it to the top, and they could use it to secure the top relay.
Maybe, but I mean, they don't need to use it because the relay is just unlocking for the first time in 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, it basically bring it with them, and then if the other team contests it, right?
Maybe it's just just a big go away.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you can try to get this, but we could potentially kill your entire team.
Well, we'll see what they have plans for it. VEXX is kind of wandering around in the jungle, not sure exactly where they should be, and you know, VEXX is definitely out-leveled here. And
yeah,
we are
by
going
a lot.
They are. They're massively out-leveled, and it's like you say, KGO could probably win the battle for the top relay without the Doomsday device, but it's kind of icing on the cake. Why not, right?
I mean, when you're winning really hard and you have the capacity to win even harder, there's no reason not to do it, and that's really what distinguishes, you know, KG from the teams that they've been playing. Is that once they get that edge, they do not give you any wiggle room.
Exactly. If you're ahead, use that advantage to leverage a greater advantage by taking power relays, taking Doomsday device. Now, they almost lost this bottom turret, but Game Slave and Kai able to get back in time to push them back. Meanwhile, here it is. There's a Doomsday device being used to reset this power relay, and African is probably going to have to back away, but as long as the rest of the team can get there in time, they can probably take this relay.
He's just trying to stall, and he's doing an incredible job of stalling. With Ease here, I think they're going to have no trouble at all. Fatal Uno just gets like 3-shot between Shazam and Mecha Wonder Woman.
That was pretty rough, and oh no, Juked is stuck on the ground, and with the lightning field to slow him down. Oh, that's a nice attempt at escape using Consume there, and detonate again.
Oh, goodbye, Batman.
Yeah, he's done for. He turns around, goes down bravely. If you're gonna die doing it.
Oh my gosh.
There's no way Ease can get this kill, is there?
No, he can.
Oh, what? He's going for it.
Oh, the Mecha Wonder Woman ultimate over the wall catches the tick. And Ease is still going to get away. What a baller.
I love how Fatal Uno just swung in there. He's like, why not?
Well, if you're going to die.
If you're going to
die
die going forward, right? At least you can't be called a coward that way.
Oh, he definitely went out like a man, but a very dead man.
Yeah, swinging into a team of 3 who are all stronger than you may not be the greatest move there. Uh-oh, Khan could be in trouble. No, it could be a setup. Juke is here as well. Oh, there goes the ultimate. Of course, what the ultimate does for Atomic Poison Ivy is it basically puts a shadow across the region and gives her power armor, and any teammates in there get the same benefits.
Yeah, I don't know about this, VEXX. What are you going to do, VEXX?
Well, they're going to push on the bottom there. They're vexed about something and going in on Kai. Look how confident she is. Oh, the sparkly legs mean she can get away without a problem. GS is still just, you can see he uses his W not to escape, but to chase the team. That's how confident KGO is right now.
VEXX cannot afford to go toe-to-toe with KGO right now. They can't because they're under-leveled, they're under-credited. In a straight-up 5v5, they're going to lose by sheer numbers alone. And not to mention that KGO has been really good about focusing and taking objectives. They even know that the Raider is going to be coming up for the 3rd time. I think it's going to be spawning closer to 18 minutes. Nope, there it is, right there.
Yeah, and they're right on top of it. Game Slave, GS, and Ease, I mean, take it out almost instantly. Meanwhile, Kai continues pushing lane. Now, Kai should be a little careful here until the rest of the team catches up because, you know, Shazam, Batman, and Cyborg can take down a champion really fast. And, wow, still just being... Oh, it doesn't even care.
Well, he was obviously just baiting.
Yeah.
Zatanna is so good at baiting in that regard because of the running and the shield and the bunny, and everybody is dead. Oh my god,
Yeah.
literally everybody.
All Ease does is he just kind of jumps in there. Oh, a great ultimate by the tick. Oh, Ease goes down. Ease goes down, and finally, his reign of terror is ended. We see 14-0 last game. This game he was 9-1, but now he is no more.
I don't know, though. That was still 3 for 1. I would say that might not have been worth it.
But they got Ease.
Yeah. They did get that.
I mean, it's a pride thing at that point. Oh, Kai takes a big turret shot there.
I think he just really wanted to use an EQ combo on that, on the fleeing tick.
Oh, Cyborg comes out. Khan putting a lot of damage. Oh, the ultimate almost takes down Kai. Can he finish it up? No. Oh, the great use of the ultimate from Atomic Poison Ivy there. And Kai still hangs around just to put up more damage. This is kind of crazy. Uh-oh, African. Did he overextend? Undead comes in hard on GS. Can he chase him down? The tick takes down African. GS goes down to Undead, and all of a sudden it's Game Save on his own, but he's still charging forward.
Game Slave kind of just abandoned, even though he could have been focusing fire on Shazam, because I think he thought he was going to catch up to Jukes, but now that Ease is back, everybody's probably dead again.
Yeah, Ease is going to come in here, 1-on-4, no problem. They're a little bit hurt, and he's Shazam.
He's swinging around. His ultimate is going to be coming up in 15 seconds. Positioning. He's going to angle again, just like we saw the last Shazam on KGB, angling in that exact stealth pad with the Doomsday device, you remember?
Yeah, it's definitely Shazam's favorite spot to be, it seems like. You know, the power relays are almost up, and KGO might want to just reform, regroup up, and make sure they can retake all 3 power relays before they try to finish the game.
I don't even know if they necessarily needed to, but it would probably be the safer play.
Yeah. Are they going to be safe? Looks like he's just going to hang around here, heal up a bit, get some more credits and experience on the drones in the jungle.
I'm really, you know, thinking about the team synergy that KGO has. If they win this game, it's going to be a really interesting match between KGB and KGO.
It is. I mean, also, it's really interesting when people use different champions. We're seeing, you know, the Atomic Poison Ivy that is Zatanna, whereas KGB didn't play either of those champions. So
absolutely,
it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with the asymmetry.
And in that regard, you know, VEXX changed their champions around, and I think that they were overall better picks, but it might be some that they were unpracticed with. So that might be something that kind of factored into it, because this might be the working team for KGO thus far.
Well, it looks like 3 players from KGO chased away the entire VEXX roster, and I don't blame him. There's Ease there in the front. He's using his Q. He's not even afraid. He's going to go in hard on everyone. He's got Zatanna there to back him up. And now Atomic Poison Ivy, and that's a lot of power damage you can give to your entire team with that Atomic Poison Ivy ultimate.
I think all they really need to do is just kind of pick up that. Is there a final Doomsday device in the center?
Yeah, it just respawned.
So they're probably just going to nab that, get that power relay, and push to win.
And it looks like that's what they're doing right here. And the question is, are they going to use it on the relay, or are they going to use it for a death push on the towers? Looks like African kind of running interference here. They are going for that. Oh, a nice ultimate from
I think they're going to use it on the
Gaspat.
team is what they're going to do.
Yeah. Oh, wow. A great move by Undead. Shazamming in there, trying to get a bunch of kills. Almost takes down Ease, but it's not going to quite work.
Did a lot of damage to Ease as well as Game Slave, but
yeah.
they were zoned. All of VEXX was zoned by the rest of the team.
Khan picked up a kill. Cyborg's dying side by side,
Yep.
as is fitting.
See, now they don't even need to use that on the power relay because they can just drop it right in there on those power core turrets.
Yeah, and they got drones to help back them up and tank some of the damage. And right now there's this Fatal Uno left. There's a tick around as well. But it's so hard because you can have a Tongue Poison Ivy here zone them out. Kai is getting a little bit overeager there, perhaps too overeager. Doomsday Device goes down. It's going to try to get the team. In fact, doesn't really get much of that Doomsday Device usage. Probably would have been better off using it on the turrets, in fact.
Yeah, they might have caught, I'm not even sure, but I think if African caught people, it didn't matter because they were in their base. So the Doomsday Device doesn't usually like one-shot anybody unless you're squishy and have taken a couple of hits. So it probably would have been better suited for that, but I think he was going for kind of like a fun end to it by trying to take them out with the Doomsday Device.
Oh, Ease could be going down again on Dead. No, not able to finish up.
Of course not. It's Shazam, bro.
But it's Shazam on Shazam, so you're thinking.
Yeah, but it's level 15 Shazam and a level 11 Shazam.
Well said. And it was a lot of support for the level 15 as well.
Yeah, and look, they're so damaged, and yet they're like, whatever, we're gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Game Slave has a lot of life. That's all it needs is one. You have Cyborg lead the charge, right?
That's true.
It looks like they're thinking that maybe they shouldn't keep pushing their luck. They are going to back away a bit. And, you know, VEXX is hanging in there. They're hanging in there. And it's crazy, but there is something, if you can hang in long enough, eventually all the levels equal out, right? Because everyone gets level 18. And eventually the credits start to mean less because everyone kind of has all the items they want. But that's a long, you know, that's like 15 minutes from now. So if they can hang out for those 15 minutes and somehow survive, then maybe it can start to equalize and they can start to make their comeback. But it's going to be a long and very difficult trek back.
They held out for a fairly good amount of time last game, but you know, like as we see, Khan just got caught out and died, and unless they have their full force, I don't think they can expect to live. And even so, they have to be so perfectly positioned that they have to be like synchronized swimmers, because they're not going to be able to take like anybody getting killed by Ease, because he's just going to go in there and just Shazam people to death.
That's what he does. Let's take a look at what items Ease has set up at this point. Oh, he's even got some power lifesteal now. He's got his Marauder Wing with the power penetration, and then, of course, a lot of additional armor. And there he is going in. Ultimate from Mecha Wonder Woman as well. Pretty much the entire team just goes down there.
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a good game right now.
Yeah, there's no way Juke's going to live. It's all up to Undead. Now, he does have his ultimate.
And he is Shazam.
He is Shazam. He does have his ultimate. Where is he going to use it? He's going to wait for the second tower, as that one's a little more tanky. He can go support that. Boom, he goes in. It actually goes in on Ease. I thought he would go in for the cluster, but either way, he dies pretty much instantly. And from here on out, KGB just closes out the game.
Yep. Power Core is going to go down before anybody even revives from VEXX. Or, I'm kidding, hey guys like Batman, bye guys like Batman. Well, I have to say, there's something about that Clever Gaming.
Yeah, Clever, they know their stuff. They know their Infinite Crisis, and it's scary to watch them play. Very, very, very skilled, and it's going to be an exciting finals tomorrow. But looking at this, the Atlantis Gambit is one I want to talk about. I've seen some cyborgs get it and some not get it. It's because it's an expensive way to get lifesteal.
Right.
But you also, early on you get the credits coming in, and later on you have the aura. And the aura can help, if you're coming in with, what's interesting though, with this team though, the aura doesn't actually help that much.
I mean, Mecha Wonder Woman would be pretty good.
It does.
Be good for it, I guess.
But I think it would almost be more effective if you had like a Batman on your team in addition with.
The attack speed too is probably what's really excellent for Mecha Wonder Woman in that fight, because they're probably going to be positioned relatively similarly in the backlines.
Speed Force battery is pretty cool to see too. That's not an item you see too often, of course. It just basically makes you run really fast and you can blink around the map. A lot of mobility.
Yeah, it's relatively pricey, which I think is why people don't get it. But it's really tricky if people can figure out how to use it well.
Yeah, I've seen actually what's scary is when Doomsday gets it, because he can blink
Oh, God.
on the other side of you, right? And then he uses charge.
That is pretty terrible.
Of course, we haven't seen too much Doomsday play. But anyways, that was it for the second semifinal. Clever Gaming Origin takes it out 2-0. So both Clever Gaming teams, Blight and Origin, won their matches 2-0. We're going to see them tomorrow in the finals. That's also going to be best of 3.
Yep, and it's going to be both of the Clever Gaming peeps. So Clever Gaming Origin versus Clever Gaming Blight. Who is going to be the reigning champions of Clever Gaming?
Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, and find out.